Watson.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. Mr. Vieira is before this court today. He's dug himself into quite a bit of a hole between this county and Cuyahoga County. He's currently serving a prison sentence out of Cuyahoga County. He was in the county jail here in Lake County for this case. He had posted bond. He did not run from this case, but as soon as he posted bond, he was then transferred to Cuyahoga County where he sat until that case resolved, and as I just mentioned, he was handed a sentence for that. He was brought back here to answer for this case, and apparently there's yet a warrant for another felony case out of Cuyahoga County. So Mr. Vieira has certainly caused himself some problems in life, but I've had a chance to talk with him not only early on in this case before there was a warrant issue, but also recently, and he wants to get his life back together, Your Honor. He's a father. He helps out his family. His family's here today. He helps with his younger brother and sister. You know, there's a lot of positives that he's doing in his family's life, but unfortunately, Mr. Vieira, in his personal life, in his own life, has chosen to make a lot of poor choices, and that's causing him to be in front of you and to spend time in prison. I'm asking the court to consider a sentence. He still has approximately, I believe, 2 months left out of his sentence out of Cuyahoga. I'm asking the court to consider a sentence where it would run concurrently. Granted, I know the court doesn't normally do that, but there's only 2 months left. He would still be serving direct time on this particular case through this court. And again, whatever the court may do today, unfortunately, he's going back to Cuyahoga at some point to answer for some more charges there. He's still somewhat of a young man. I personally think he's a bright guy. Again, I've talked to him a lot, and I do think he has a future ahead of him, but he's got to start making better choices in life. And I think he realizes it, Your Honor. And I'm respectfully asking the court to take these factors into consideration and give him, I mean, the court has a lot of discretion today as to what kind of time it can give him. And ultimately, one day he's going to get out, regardless of that amount of time. But I'm hoping the court will consider on the lower end, Your Honor, to give him an opportunity to get back out and get back to his family. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Vera, what do you want to tell me?
I want to tell you, Your Honor, that I know if I've made some poor decisions in my past, in a time where I feel like I didn't know my value in life, but understanding why I'm in here, and through the time that I've been here, I've understood that my value of life comes through my family and the good things that I bring towards their life, and the help that I've been attributed to them. So it just gave me a real, I'm not the same person that I was a year ago when this case first came about, or when the other ones came about.
Well, why did this case, what were you doing?
Just making poor decisions that was filled with greed and stupidity, and I've learned from that.
But I know it was greed and stupidity, but why were you doing it?
A part of it was to be accepted by my crowd.
Who's your crowd?
My friends that I was hanging around at the time.
Who are they?
I have multiple friends, Your Honor.
Who are you hanging around with?
I was around Jaquez Johnson.
Why?
'Cause that's one of my best friends growing up.
What made him your best friend? He seems like a bit of a knucklehead.
Yeah, we've been through a lot together, and I
felt
even though I was making changes, correct changes in my life, a part of me didn't want to leave him in the past while I was making, steps towards making my life greater.
Okay, so you went to Michigan and bought a bunch of marijuana and came back here, right?
Yes.
Isn't that what you did?
Yes.
Where were you going with it?
One, I was going to a party that specific day to try and resell it, and after that I was going home.
Okay. How much do you pay for this stuff in Michigan?
It was like around $800,
And how much do you think you were gonna make from it?
approximately about 1,500.
Okay, whose idea was this?
It wasn't actually an idea. It was something that stumbled across my hands once I got out there. I was at a smoke shop, and then people approached me.
In Michigan?
Uh-huh.
Who?
It was this smoke shop called Gage.
They approached you to do what?
Approached me for a better deal than what I was getting inside the marijuana store.
So you got, isn't that crap legal in Michigan?
Yes.
So you got this legal seller by the state of Michigan, and you got dealers outside, right outside the store, illegally selling.
Correct.
I thought this whole legalization of marijuana was gonna take care of the whole illegal drug trade. Isn't that what it was supposed to do?
Supposedly.
Supposedly. You know otherwise, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You know otherwise, because you were trying to circumvent this, right? You were trying to sell it illegally. God,
Correct.
what a dumb idea. All over the United States, the dumbest idea I've ever seen. So your record doesn't look anything like the letter that I read from your mother. Why is that?
Because I've always gave my family a better side of me.
Well, a false side of you, right?
No, you're
Well, one of them's false and one of them's true. Which is what?
My mom's version is true.
Okay. Then why don't you live that way, outside of when you're in your mother's house? If you got all this good training and support from your mother, why do you then go outside the house and do the exact opposite? Isn't that, in a sense, aren't you mocking your mother by not doing what you're supposed to do, what you were taught to do?
Yes, that would.
Why are you mocking your mother?
Again, I've also had a son through this, so sometimes I feel like sometimes the financial situation that I've been in.
Well, where were you working?
I was working at On Track, and I was working at my dad's construction company.
Okay. It says here you were working 25 hours a week.
No, I was working 40 hours a week, 25 hours a week with my dad. My dad was a part-time gig, and On Track was a full-time gig.
What's on track?
On Track is a delivery, like they deliver Timu, Walmart, and Amazon packages.
Okay. Why are you doing that?
I was doing that at the time of the arrest too. That's why I said it was filled with greed and stupidity.
Okay. How long has, this nonsense has been going on since you've been an adult,
Correct.
all right? So that's 6 years ago, right? You're 24 now?
Yes.
It looks like you've developed quite varying skills as a criminal since you've been an adult. Varied. Drug selling, burglaring, assaults. What's going on with you?
The burglary incident came from a situation with my child's mother. Unfortunately, it was a house that both of us were staying in. But they called it burglary because I lost cool and broke the hinges off the door.
Why?
I was trying to get my keys to the car that was in my name at the time. She was kind of like playing a childish game with me, like, I got your keys, you can't do nothing about it or whatever. And I lost my composure.
got a compliance with lawful order in Lakewood Municipal Court. Was that running from the cops?
Yes.
Okay, why were you doing that?
To be honest, Your Honor, I don't know why I made that decision when I made it. I kind of built some anxiety over the years dealing with police.
Well, why don't you stop dealing with the police?
Right.
I mean, that's a way to kill that anxiety, is stop dealing with the police. Don't you put yourself in the position where you're dealing with the police?
Yes.
Okay, what happened with this Lakewood thing? Tell me what happened, the facts of what happened.
They pulled me over, and I gave him like all my credentials and everything, and he was basically like, I feel he was harassing me, but I ended up pulling off. And then he told me if I just came to the department that I could just resolve the matter. And I came to the department, talked to him, and he just set a court date for me, and I went, and they ended up giving me probation time for it.
Okay. So you take off after they stop you, they get a hold of you, tell you to come in and we'll deal with it. We'll deal with it that way. You come in and they deal with it that way. And so that causes you to run from the cops?
No, that was before.
I know that was before, but you started off this, talking about this Lakewood thing by saying you're somehow afraid of the cops or something. But didn't they treat you like they were supposed to treat you in that case?
Yes, it's been times before where I haven't been treated fairly by cops.
When?
In my assault case, I actually was innocent in that case, but I took a plea deal because I had no money for a lawyer, no nothing like that, and they were threatening me with years. And I felt like throughout the case,
Cops weren't threatening you with years, were they?
yeah,
Cops don't sentence.
they were threatening me like interrogation rooms, saying that this person pointed me out, but I never was even there, never was even a part of the situation. I had my son at the time, I had proof, and none of that actually mattered.
Is this the felonious assault?
Yes.
So you didn't do any of that?
No, I didn't do that crime.
Did you tell that to Judge Mooney that you didn't do this?
Yes, but all they kept doing was just trying to lower my plea, and my last plea was 5 years probation, which I ended up taking.
Who was your lawyer?
Kevin McCafferty.
Ah, Jesus. What about this juvenile attempted robbery?
That was actually the attempted robbery. It was somebody that I got into an argument with. He said that I brandished a weapon. I never brandished a weapon. He said that I tried to take a bike from him.
Did you go to trial on that?
No, I didn't.
You pled true to it in juvenile court?
Yes.
Why did you do that if you didn't do it?
I just felt like that was the right thing to do because at that point my family really never had money for a lawyer and all that, and I didn't like.
You didn't pay Mr. Watson, did you?
No.
Because he was appointed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you have an appointed lawyer in juvenile court?
I believe I did, but they weren't working in the best of my discretion.
All right, listen. So far, I've asked you about 3 of these things in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do any of them.
No, the felonious assault I didn't do. The burglary thing, I admitted to it because that is kind of burglary if you break the hinges off a door.
The attempted robbery, you didn't do that one.
No, I didn't rob nobody. I just pled
What's the
off
common theme here? Common theme is you're nothing but a victim of circumstances, not of your own doing. You're not at fault.
I wouldn't say that, Your Honor. I am at fault for this charge at hand. The weapon's under disability, and and for other things that's going on. But those two specific things.
All right, forget it. What am I supposed to do with you?
Like I said, I'm not the same man that I was a year
When?
ago. A year ago, with
Well,
all
then-
these
then-
things.
Hold on,
started
let's
coming
talk
about.
about that. This happened in October of '24, right?
Yes.
Okay. December of '24, you got this burglary that you're doing this sentence now.
Mhm.
January of '25, you got this weapons under disability in Euclid, it's still pending. Why is it still pending?
I don't know why it's still pending. It was supposed to be resolved when all these other cases were resolved, but it never got resolved.
Where were you living before you
Um,
went to jail?
I was staying on and off at friends' houses. 'Cause-
Why?
Because my dad, he moved out of town for 6 months, and that's where I was residing. My mom has public housing, so I wasn't able to stay there because of my record.
So why don't you get your own place?
I was in the process of doing that.
What do you mean you were in the process of doing it?
Like I was trying to get my own place. I was
Like
working.
how? What process did you undergo?
No, I was just working, and I was planning on getting a spot in my own name and getting my son under the lease and everything like that.
Where?
But at the same time, I was trying to work out things with my child's mother to us both get, a house together. But
The
that
one that
never-
you ripped the door off, the hinges off?
Yes.
That ain't working, is it?
No.
So when are you gonna do something with yourself?
I was planning on doing something.
Don't plan, you spend a lot of time planning and gonna do things, but you never do them. Why don't you stop planning stuff, and why don't you start doing stuff? Is your dad, he don't live in town anymore?
He moved back. He just recently moved back.
Okay. Why don't you, what are you gonna do for a living?
When I get back, I'm going to continue back working with my dad
All right,
and
well,
the
let's give,
company.
you're getting 25 hours a week there.
No, in the company, on track.
For delivering food.
No, I'm delivering packages.
Right, whatever. What are your skills? What skills do you have?
I want to go to school for computer engineering
Okay.
and maybe end up at Tesla one day. That's what I want to do with myself.
Okay. You don't have a license right now, do you?
Yes.
How come it says it's suspended?
That's only when I get out. They unsuspended it. Cleveland Heights gave me it back. When I get out, I just have to pay fines and I'll get it back.
How are you gonna go to school if you don't have a job? You gonna go to school while you're working?
Yes.
Okay.
I plan on being very busy when I get out. I don't want to, and don't even want to have time doing nothing else.
See, a plan doesn't mean anything if you don't execute the plan.
I'm actually going to do it.
You're talking about plans. You like to talk about things, what you wanna do, what you're gonna do, but you don't do it. Cause you got this stupid idea of going to Michigan and buying a bunch of dope from an unlicensed dope dealer so you can sell the dope and make money. Twice of what you're paying for the dope. That's dopey. So what am I supposed to do with you right now?
Your Honor, I'll do everything in my power to show you that I'm changed. I feel like I really wanted probation so I can get an opportunity to show you that I changed out in the fair world and show you that I could be more than just a powerful man and a good man for my family, that I could be it for the community, myself, my son, and everybody around me that love me, because I owe that to myself and I owe that to everybody. This time that I've been in prison, I've been around a bunch of people that I don't have nothing in common with. nobody has goals, and nobody wants to do anything, and I do. And I feel like I'm misplaced while I'm in prison because it's like,
Are you misplaced? Based on what you've done, aren't you in the place you're supposed to be because of what you've done?
I don't feel like I'm supposed to be here. I feel like everybody makes the wrong decisions sometimes in life, but that doesn't make it an
At
excuse.
some point, people who make wrong decisions either keep making wrong decisions or stop making wrong decisions.
Exactly. And I'm at that point where I feel like I'm changed. I get home, I have a son that I was fully taken care of. I'm talking about full-time dad and everything like that. So
Until when?
until all this stuff started happening,
Okay.
I had to give him back to his mom.
Okay. All this stuff didn't just happen. You did all this stuff,
Yes.
right? Didn't just happen. I mean, you said until all this stuff started happening. It only happened because of your actions. So is this your mother back here?
Yes, that's my mother.
And who else is back there?
My brother and sister,
How old are they?
10 and 8.
Okay. What are they seeing right now?
Something I don't want them to see.
So, who taught you to act like this?
No, my mom.
Who?
It's people I grew up with. We
Right.
kind of raised ourselves outside of what was at home.
Okay. Is that what your brother and sister should do?
You know,
Why not?
because it's the place that they can end up.
Huh?
Because it's the place that they can end up.
When are you supposed to get out of prison?
January 10th, 2025. 26, I'm sorry.
January 10th?
Yes.
So where's your son living right now?
Right now, his mom is with him in Georgia. They have moved down there. She said she wanted to go down there for a bit. I don't know what for a bit is, but she said she needed some extra help while she was taking care of my son by herself. And her auntie helps her watch my son
Okay.
while she's at work.
Do you have a visitation schedule through courts?
No, we've always been pretty good. Even with differences, we've always been pretty good. We'll come into mutual grounds on when I can see and take care of my son.
What are you gonna do if she doesn't come back here with him?
It's been discussed that he's always welcome to stay with me. That when he comes, when I get out, she's told people that he's been asking for me. She can't wait to get him back reunited
Okay.
with his father.
At what age are you gonna start smoking pot with him?
I don't plan on smoking pot when I get
Why
out
not?
of jail. Because it's been a factor in some of the poor decisions that I make. I feel like it's been a factor in some of the poor decisions that I've made. And this is the longest that I haven't been smoking in a minute, like since I've been young.
Not
So-
even when you've been in prison?
Yeah, when I've been in prison, I haven't smoked weed, but I'm saying that, like, overall, during this whole process, even before I came into jail, I wasn't smoking, so I feel like I don't need it.
You spent about 9 years in a row smoking every day, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Work out okay for you?
No.
No. When's the last time you talked to, what the hell's this guy's name, Jaleese, what is his name?
See, that's the thing, Your Honor. That's another reason why I don't want any friends that lead me. Because they're all around when, you know, you're doing bad. But when you get yourself in a problem, they're not around at all. And,
You know why?
yes,
Do you know why they're not around anymore?
because it's not them and it's not their problem.
Because they don't care. They don't care about you. Who else was in the car besides him?
It was just us.
Ms. Mulligan?
Your Honor, it is the state's position that an additional prison term is warranted in this situation.
Okay. Ms. Wright, is there anything you want to say?
I always know my son to be loving. I've done everything to give him everything. Good schools, good neighborhoods. You know, unfortunately, you know, I just felt like his dad would have just been this kind of father that he needed. He had never been in the streets. He had every opportunity to play pro ball. He had two scholarships to play ball at Padawan and St. Ed's, which are both of one of the leading schools that he could go to get him where he wanted to be. And unfortunately, I feel like when he turned his back on him at the young age of 13, and then did sign that scholarship, he just felt like he never had the role model that he needed, and he fell into the wrong hands with the wrong people. Unfortunately, I've never really seen that part of him until he got older, and he's never had that support from his dad. I'm not a man. I can't teach him how to be a man. I can just be the best mom that I can be and be supportive. And I just felt like if he would have just been there for him and signed that scholarship, because we had joint custody, he allowed his religion to play a factor in his son's life because he didn't want to be a witness. And after that, he just started hanging around the wrong people, making wrong decisions. He's always been gentle and kind. He's always been loving to me and his little brother and sister. And through my disabilities and everything that I got going on in my life, he was always somebody I could count on to help me get through those things. He has a little brother and sister that adores him. And I'm glad that they didn't actually see the hands-on wrong decisions he made. They are now impacted by not having him around. This is all we have is him and them two. Like, we're just the family. Like, we don't have outside family that supports us or friends, and I choose not to have anybody in my life that will cause havoc to me and my children. I would rather us be alone than have to deal with not having a peace of mind in life. My peace of mind is my children. And I done an amazing job as a mom. And, you know, he's an adult, you know. I just wish that in the past he would have made better decisions, especially after everything I've taught him. He's a Muslim. He's supposed to be a leader. I want him to continue to be a leader. He's been a great dad, one of the best dads I have ever seen. I didn't have a father growing up. He didn't have his father growing up. But one thing for sure is his son loves him dearly. He loves his son dearly. He loves me, his son, his brother, and his sister. I want him, he's very bright. At a young age, he was one of the only kids in his age group that skipped school grades because he was literally state gifted. He's a bright young man, and I just feel like he has a lot more to give. You know, he's learned, honestly, that, you know, though people don't care about you, this is who care about you. You know, they're not sitting here with him or with you. And they're continue to live their lives. It's time for you to live your life and be the best man that you know how to be. I've watched him be phenomenal where he's at. And I want him to be able to continue that. But that's really all I have to say. And I really wish and pray to God that he will continue to be the man that I taught him to be.
Thank you. Why did you not turn around and watch your mother talk?
Cause I know I disappointed.
Huh?
I know I disappointed.
Yeah, you did. All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report and the letter I got from Ms. Wright. And I've considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. I'll give you one thing. Ms. Mulligan pointed this out earlier in chambers. At least you told the cops the truth, that you grabbed all that stuff from Michigan to come down here to try to make some money off of it in addition to smoking it yourself. So you got that going for you. I have considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. I'm going to put you on community control for 5 years. Now I was going to come in here and give you 9 months in prison, okay, and let you do another 7 months there, okay. But I'm going to put you on community control. I'm going to give you 120 days in jail with credit for 8, so that 112 will continue to run concurrent with your prison sentence. You're going to be returned, when you're released from prison, you're going to return directly back here. So we have to figure out how that gets done. And when you get back here, I'm going to give you specific conditions of community control. And you can do one of two things at that point. You can comply with the conditions and start acting like an adult, or you can ignore the conditions. In which case, if you come back having ignored the conditions, then you'll get 3 more years in prison instead of the additional 7 you were going to get. Or would you rather just have the additional 7? Huh?
No, I'll go with the first thing you said.
The time for talking about, planning about, thinking about all these things is over. It's time to get off your rear end and start doing something. So that's all, and did you file that affidavit, Bill?
I believe I did, Your Honor. I
Okay.
have it right here. I'll double check the document when I leave the court. If not, it'll be filed by the end of the business day.
All right, pursuant to that affidavit of indigency to find, what, $5,000, is that what it is waived?
Right.
So we'll deal with the conditions when you come back here in January. Anything else, Ms. Mulligan?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Watson?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Can I see you after you leave here?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's it.
Thank you, Your Honor. All right. So was